Welcome to One Thought at a Time. I'm your host, Glenda, and today we're dedicating this episode to a topic we often underestimate, the profound power of words. We all know that a hurtful comment can sting, but have you ever considered that it might be doing more than just hurting your feelings? Today we're diving deep into the science that shows how emotional pain from words can have a very real, very physical impact on your health. Think back to a time when someone said something that truly hurt you. Maybe it was a careless joke that landed wrong, a sharp criticism from a loved one, or a cruel insult from a stranger. Remember the immediate physical reaction, the sudden knot in your stomach, the racing heart, the flush of heat? For a long time, we've dismissed this as just being upset. But what if that physical reaction wasn't just in your head? This is a journey we're all on. I remember in elementary school, a teacher told me I wasn't smart enough for a specific project. She probably forgot the comment 5 minutes later. But for me, it was a gut punch. I felt it physically. I couldn't breathe right. And for years, that phrase echoed in my mind, making me question my own smarts. That feeling, that physical response, is at the heart of our discussion today. Let's get into the fascinating science behind this. It turns out that our brain is not very good at telling the difference between emotional pain and physical pain. When you stub your toe, specific areas of your brain light up. We've all seen those MRI images. But here's the kicker. Those same areas fire up when you experience social rejection, hear a harsh criticism, or feel emotionally wounded by someone's words. Specifically, we're talking about the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula. These are the parts of your brain that process the raw, visceral experience of pain, not just the location of a physical injury, but the actual sensation of ouch. So, and when we say a comment was a crushing blow or a punch in the gut, we're not just being dramatic. Our brain is literally interpreting the emotional pain as a physical threat. It's sounding the alarm bells just like it would for a broken bone. This initial reaction triggers a physiological cascade. Your body goes into fight or flight mode. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline are released. Your heart rate and blood pressure increases and your muscles tense up. Your body is preparing for a physical attack that isn't coming. It's a primal response to a modern problem. And this isn't just a momentary feeling. The work of psychoimmunology, a field that studies the mind-body connection, has shown us that this can have very serious consequences. There's a study in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences that found that social pain, the kind caused by feeling excluded or verbally attacked, can weaken your immune system. It was linked to a decrease in natural killer cells, the very cells responsible for fighting off viruses and cancer. So, the hurt from a hurtful comment can literally make you more vulnerable to getting sick. The verbal abuse you experienced as a child or the thoughtless remark from a boss yesterday could be directly impacting your body's ability to fight off a simple cold or a more serious disease. It's a powerful and frankly a humbling reminder of how connected our mental and physical health are. If an isolated incident can cause a temporary immune dip, imagine what happens when this stress is constant. When you're in an environment of verbal abuse, whether at home, school, or work, your body is perpetually in this state of fight or flight. This continuous release of cortisol leads to chronic inflammation throughout the body. While we often think of inflammation in terms of a swollen ankle, this is a systemic, silent inflammation happening at a cellular level. Chronic inflammation is a known risk factor for a host of serious illnesses, including heart disease, diabetes, and even depression. So the phrase, inflamed with anger, isn't just a metaphor, it's a physiological reality. This is especially critical when it comes to childhood. The words we hear as children, especially from parents and other trusted adults, can have a lifelong impact. The chronic stress from verbal cruelty can actually change the physical structure of a child's brain. It can lead to higher rates of anxiety disorder, high blood pressure, and even impact how they handle stress for the rest of their lives. The old saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me," is simply untrue. Words do hurt, and they can leave lasting physical scars. This brings a new urgency to the problem of bullying. We need to see it not just as an emotional issue, but as a public health crisis. We have a responsibility to create environments where people feel safe and respected, not just for their mental well-being, but for their physical health too. So, if words have this much power to harm, they also have the power to heal. This isn't about ignoring the pain, but about empowering ourselves to navigate it and prevent it from taking a physical toll. First, let's talk about the words we use. We all have a part to play. Before you speak, especially in a moment of frustration, take a pause. Ask yourself, is this comment kind? Is it necessary? Is it constructive? Mindfulness in our communication is one of the most powerful tools we have to protect the health of those around us. Second, for those of us on the receiving end of hurtful words, it's crucial to develop healthy coping mechanisms. This is not about being tough or brushing it off. It's about acknowledging the pain and then consciously working to prevent our bodies from getting stuck in that damaging fight or flight mode. Here are a few strategies that research has shown to be effective. Mindfulness and meditation. These practices help you observe your emotions without being consumed by them. By grounding yourself in the present moment, you can calm your nervous system and regulate that stress response. Writing down your feelings can be incredibly therapeutic. It helps you process the hurt, understand the triggers, and release the emotional energy that might otherwise be stored in your body. Physical activity. Exercise is a powerful tool for stress reduction. It helps your body metabolize the stress hormones that were released and can help clear your mind. Seeking support. Talking to a trusted friend, a family member, or a therapist is vital. Sharing your pain can make it feel less overwhelming and remind you that you're not alone. Ultimately, this is about shifting our perspectives on what words are. They aren't just abstract sounds and symbols. They are powerful forces that can build up and tear down, heal, or harm. We need to start treating them with the respect that they deserve. Now, before we close out today's episode, I want to add a crucial point to this discussion. We spent this time exploring how words can physically hurt us, but I want to be clear. I don't believe that words themselves are the source of the physical pain. The issue isn't in the sound waves hitting your ears. It's in how you internalize and process them. Think about it this way. Someone can say something hurtful to you, but if you truly believe it isn't true, if it doesn't align to your core sense of self, that comment might just roll right off your back. You may be momentarily annoyed, but your body likely won't go into the same fight or flight response we've been discussing. The stress response starts when those words trigger a belief or a fear you hold about yourself. It's when we accept the verbal attack as a part of our own truth that the real damage begins. For example, if someone calls you stupid and deep down you have a fear of not being smart enough, your brain and body will react strongly. But if you know with absolute certainty that you are intelligent and capable, that word has no real power over you. Your nervous system won't see it as a threat because you haven't given it permission to. This shifts the power dynamic. It means that while we can't always control what others say, we can work on strengthening our own internal narrative. The work of building resilience, of practicing self-compassion, and of knowing our own worth is what ultimately protects our physical health from the verbal attacks of the world. The journey isn't about avoiding hurtful words. It's about building an inner fortress strong enough to withstand them. As we wrap up this time, I want to leave you with this thought. The next time you feel the sting of an unkind word or are about to say one yourself, remember the hidden toll it can take. Your pain is real, and it deserves to be acknowledged and cared for. And for those of you who have struggled with the weight of others' words, please know that you have the power to heal, to build resilience, and to protect your own well-being. Thank you for joining me on One Thought at a Time. Until next time, be kind to yourself. Follow me behind the scenes on Instagram at One Thought at a Time 2025 and on Facebook at One Thought at a Time. Leave me a comment and let me know if there is something you would like for me to learn or if you learned anything new from the episode. Who knows, maybe I will invite you on and we can have a meaningful conversation. Have a good one.